Welcome to Budapest as we launch ourselves into the Hungarian Grand Prix. No doubt we're in for an intense weekend of racing, but before that, we've got today's practice session to help assess how our drivers are stacking up. Anthony Davidson, how much time will the teams be using to make changes to the car here?
Well, you have basic checks first of all. Is the car working correctly? What are the track conditions like? And you'll be chasing that as the session goes on. Things like that. Then you start getting into the nitty-gritty of it all, and they become more like test sessions where it's all about gathering new data, testing components, tweaking the setup and so on. So there's only so much actual practice that these drivers need. Most of them will be plenty familiar enough with the track layout, either from previous experience or from the simulator.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to career mode. Here today for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's been a little while since we've done one of these. What is it? Probably nearly going on 2 weeks it feels like. Since I've honestly done one of these. I don't know if it has actually been that long, but yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be back in the Racing Point doing some career mode again. Just as a little spoiler alert, I am numerous rounds ahead, so I've got a few episodes recorded in advance. I think I'm around Mexico or something actually right now. I plan to have episodes out a lot earlier, but due to certain things happening in the real world, I just haven't been able to do that, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, practice went fairly well. I think we got through all of the practice programs. We struggled with one or two. Had a couple of little moments here and there, as you saw there in that final little clip. We ended up facing the wrong way, but we finished practice 1 in P6 with our teammate backing us up in P7. So we're looking good for maybe a double top 10, double points finish. But yeah, hopefully we can make that happen. But we can't become overconfident, I guess. But yeah, so far we're starting the weekend off on a high note, so it's things are looking good. Resource points, we get 512 now after completing all those practice programs. We're slowly moving up towards veteran respect level. Probably be a long time before we get there, but anyway. But yeah, skip the qualifying now, and here we are. So upgrade wise, I can't remember exactly, it's been such a long time. What do we got? Okay, so we've got nothing on the chassis or aero side. We've got an engine upgrade that is on the way. So hopefully, I think that's due to go on the car next episode. We might purchase a chassis or aero upgrade at the end of this episode, depending, but without further ado, let's get into qualifying.
The excitement is starting to build here at the Hungaroring as the lights are about to go green for today's qualifying session. We expect some cars out on track any moment now. And as we wait, poised for the start of what will hopefully be a thrilling qualifying, why don't you tell us, Anthony Davidson, about the things you can do to really get the most out of a car in a session like this?
Well, you're largely limited by the Parc Fermé regulations, of course. Back in the old days, pre-2004, you'd work on both a qualifying setup and a race setup over practice, and then swap them over after qualifying. So the race car was quite different at times to the qualifying car. Nowadays, though, you have to find a compromise that works for both. There are a few things that you can still adjust during the session, such as the differential, the brake bias, and the front wing angle, but that's about it. So it's more about optimizing what you do have and adapting your own style to suit the track conditions.
Alright, so here we are qualifying for round 12, I think this is? Yeah, I think it's round 12. So, going out at the start of the session, Sergio Perez goes provisional pole position. That was a big shock to actually see his name pop up. But coming around now, and as you can see, we're struggling with tyre temps a little bit. Front left overheating. It had done on the softs in all the running I did, and across the line at the end of Q1, we're not going to improve, or I think actually no, we do. That Delta was lying to us there for some reason. So we go P13, but we're still not comfortable. But we cut on to the results screen, and we just manage to avoid getting eliminated in Q1. P14, Perez all the way up in P8. So once again, when it comes to qualifying, Sergio Perez is just handing her ass to us at the moment. We're just getting beat constantly in qualifying by the Mexicans. So on to Q2 now, and hopefully we can somehow try and pull a magic rabbit out of the hat type of lap and get into Q3. Coming around the final corner, this has been a pretty good lap with literally no mistakes up the line. Are we going to make it into Q3? No, only P13. So it's not going to be a Q3 appearance at the Hungarian. Perez, however, pulls a magic lap out of nowhere and is up into P5. So while we fumble around in 13th, our teammates up in the top 5. So we've got some work to do in the race to try and catch up to our teammate, who is, as I said, OP as hell in qualifying. So we're going to have to knuckle down and really, try and close the gap and obviously try and beat him in the race. But from P13, it's not going to be real easy.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
We've seen some astonishing Grand Prix here over the years, haven't we? The drama of 2015 is a recent example. Jenson Button's first win on a wet track in 2006, or in 1997, Damon Hill's heartbreak in the Arrows after a late gearbox failure cost him what would have been the team's only ever victory. What a wonderful place this is to come racing today. We're northeast of Budapest for the race today at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. So let's chat about Daniel Kvyat. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Gasly, Perez, Weber, Ricciardo, and Kimi Räikkönen, Albon, Norris, Lee, and Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Magnussen, Devon Butler, and George Russell. Kubica and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
We're going to need you to push hard if we want to get another points finish. Let's make it happen.
Ooh, bit of a stern radio message from the engineer there. Obviously none too impressed that we did not make it into Q3. So we're going to have to knuckle down and get to work today, guys. But yeah, welcome to the grid of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Strategy-wise, I'm thinking of doing something a little bit different, starting on the hards, going to the mediums. Being outside the top 10, I thought it's worth maybe trying something a little bit different. And if real life is anything to go by, this strategy does pay off for the racing point. So, yeah, hopefully it'll work for us today and we can get up into the top 10, score some more points, and yeah, help our constructors points tally along as well. I didn't know what I wanted to say there, so sorry about that. Anyway, I think we are definitely in a battle with the Red Bull and the Ferrari in the constructors, but it's maybe a bit of a half-assed fight. We are still technically kind of classed as a midfield team, best of the rest, so yeah, it might be a bit of a fight that we just can't win, but we'll do what we can. P13 on the grid, so let's go make it happen.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Alright, so here we are, back on the grid, and here we go. Awaiting 5 red lights for round number 12 of career mode. Away we go. Looks like a pretty average start, not going to lie, on the hard tyres. Not a real big surprise either. We get blitzed off the line by Roman Grosjean. It's Giovinazzi up our inside. We're going to look to the outside now, try and make up some spots. Got a McLaren on our inside. I think that's Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris, I beg your pardon. We got Russell on our outside now. What's Williams doing in 14th? That's not supposed to happen. But anyway, Russell still looking around our outside. He will not give this up. But we maintain our starting position for now. And yeah, that's a good start. So yeah, I was holding my breath there at the start, not going to lie. But all was good. On to lap 6 now, and we're behind a little bit of a train at the moment, not going to lie. I can't actually tell who that is at the head of this 4-5 car queue, but they're really holding us all up. We're going to have 2-3 wide nearly. Oh my goodness, we nearly run up the back of Lando Norris. And I think that's Ricardo. I think Ricardo was actually the cork in the bottle, so to speak, there. And he's been dispatched off by a Toro Rosso. And now Norris will try and dispatch of him, and we will do the same. So Norris up the inside with DRS. We'll get this done into turn 1, no doubt. We're going to try and do the same. Ricardo trying to defend. So we're going to try and look for a move around the outside, late on the brakes, really deep. We're not going to get Ricardo, but we get Norris around the outside. Are we going to look for a move on Ricardo now? Dive up the inside. That was so close to making contact. I'm not sure if we actually did, but we get the move done. That's up into P11. Albon next in P10. Man, that was so close to making contact with Danny Rick, but he saw us coming, didn't turn in on us, and we avoided contact, and all went well. On to lap 12 now. Alex Albon is the next one that we're going to try and pass, and this is actually for the lead of the race. All the leaders have come in and made a pit stop, so this is effectively for P1. So we're going to try and make a move on the Toro Rosso, man, are we? Round the outside, nothing doing for us there. There's no way you can make that work. So we're going to have to sit behind him now and try something. Maybe up into this next couple of corners. Can we look for a move? We're right under the rear wing of the Toro Rosso, but there's just no way through here. Are we going to maybe try for a dive up to that section? No, there was nothing. We weren't close enough, but onto the front straight now. On to lap 13, and surely we're going to get the move done this time. Rich overtake, DRS, slipstream. We go to the inside now, late on the brakes, send it up the inside. Turns in on us actually, which is a little bit odd, but we, we get the move done, and that's up into the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. So now we're in P1, but this is kind of a phase of the race where things are going to get a little bit awkward, because as you can see right there behind us is the effective leader of the race, Lewis Hamilton, and the rest of the AI not too far behind him. So I really don't know what to do here. I don't want to fight these guys, but I don't just want to let them go. Hamilton looking for a move now around the outside into that left-hander, falls off the racetrack. I don't really know what he was trying to do. I actually backed out of it to kind of give him the corner, and I don't know, maybe he thought that I was going to try and stay up his inside, but anyway, on to lap 15. Hamilton with DRS, and undoubtedly Rich overtakes slipstream up the inside into turn 1, and the Mercedes driver takes back the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. He's on hard tyres as well, so he should be going to the end. And yeah, back down into P2 now. Sebastian Vettel right behind us in P3, so he will want to get a move on, no doubt, and not let Hamilton scarf her off. So we'll, we won't put up too much of a fight. Coming on to the end of lap 15, we get an average run out of that right-hander. Sebastian goes up our inside, kind of compromises himself a little bit, and now he's on the outside, and on old tyres we just completely drift out, nearly running off the road. That wasn't my intention there, but just complete loss of grip. And yeah, these hard tyres aren't starting to feel too nice at the moment, not going to lie, but he gets past on the front straight, so that's all fine and dandy. He gets up into P2, back down into P3 for us. Alex Albon right behind us still, so the Toro Rosso doing a real good job with the tyre driver behind the wheel. But yeah, cutting on to lap 17, we got Valtteri Bottas right behind us, so he will undoubtedly try and sneak through as well. We are scheduled for a pit stop in the next few laps, I think on lap 18, 19. So we'll yeah, keep going, but these hard tyres really are not feeling the best right now, really starting to struggle for grip. Bottas. Is he going to go for a dive up the inside? No. He's probably going to wait to the front straight, actually, and probably just try and blast past us with DRS. But as you can see, just struggling with grip. We cannot get the nose in some of these corners, and we're just really starting to struggle. There's Red Bull behind Bottas as well, so he'll probably try and pass us. I presume that's Gasly or Verstappen. Cut to the wide shot now, and there goes Bottas up our inside, down into turn 1. Red Bull, and Bottas locks up a little bit there, and it is Max Verstappen, I can confirm. Bottas, he locked up, nearly turned in and actually gave us front wing damage. Thankfully we avoided that. Coming on to lap 18, or to the end of lap 18 I should say. Now we're going side by side with Max Verstappen into the final corner. Max does not want to wait for DRS, he wants to get this done straight away. But we're side by side along the front straight, but with DRS, he gets past us, and that's back down into P5 now. Charles Leclerc behind us in P6, so we'll probably be getting a mirror of the number 16 Ferrari in the not too distant future. But that's realistically our first stint done. On to lap 19 now. We're going to come in for a set of medium tyres this lap, I think, and that is Daniel Ricciardo. Renault reliability fails the Australian again. So he's not having too much fun at the moment in Renault, I'd say. But yeah, on to the, lap 20 actually. So we went one lap longer than what I was supposed to. And now we're coming in for a set of medium tyres. And I don't think we're going to rejoin in the top 10. So it's going to be a little bit of a fight back, but hopefully fresh medium tyres can do the job for us. Good stop from the boys, in and out. We don't get held. And hopefully this alternate strategy can pay dividends. So there goes Perez, back down into P8. There goes Albon. So we are actually going to rejoin in the top 10. We're going to rejoin in P9, right in between Alex Albon and Lando Norris. So rejoined in a little bit of traffic, which isn't really what I wanted to do. I was hoping to jump Albon, not going to lie. But yeah, just about a second. If we were a second further up the road, we may have accomplished that. But on to lap 21, or to the end of lap 21, Albon double lock up into the right-hander. That will not be doing his tyres any good. Are we going to look for a move? No. I think we're going to wait for DRS, probably the smartest thing to do at this point. And we should blast past the Toro. So Mercedes power versus Honda power, and I think we all know who is going to win this fight. Even with a worn engine like we've got, we should still get this move done. We're going to look to the outside. Albon defends to the inside. Late braking down into turn 1, he's still there on the inside, but with the newer tyres, more grip, and we just out traction him on the exit, and that's up into P8, job done. And yeah, so now it's time to set off after our rival, our teammate Sergio Perez, onto the end of lap 23. Now come across the line, fastest lap as well, so that's a nice little bonus doing this alternate strategy. Come across the line at the end of lap 26, fastest lap once again. So just kind of hammering home the point that I want that extra point. Cutting on to lap 30 now, we're right behind our teammate Perez, and it took a little longer than what I anticipated, but we've caught up to the Mexican. Our engine is really starting to feel second rate now. You can definitely notice the power difference, but hopefully there's just enough horses still in the back to help us overhaul our teammate for P7 and yeah, get one up on our teammate. So on lap 31, do we look for a move? No. Perez defends to the inside, stops us from getting by. Again, he's going really defensive, the Mexican. He does not want to give us an inch to try and think about making a move at the moment. Like this is real good fun, not going to lie, but at the same time it's really annoying because I want to get a move on, but I just can't. But onto lap 32 now, and we're still unable to make the move, but we get a real good run through that left-hander. Now we're going to look to the outside, side by side, around this right-hander. Surely this isn't going to work. Side by side into this right-left. Perez locks up on the left front. A little bit of contact between the teammates, still side by side. Are we going to get this done? We got the inside line, and we do. Up into P7. How about that? That was an awesome move. One of the best overtakes I think I've ever made in career mode or on the F1 games in general. That was awesome. So yeah, really enjoyed that, but we can't celebrate because coming onto lap 34, Perez comes back at us on the front straight with a rapidly disintegrating Mercedes engine. It is really leaving us vulnerable in a straight line. Even with Rich and overtake, Perez is just able to reel us in from a long way back. So we're back down into P8, so we've got a lap and a half to try and take back P7 again from Perez. So let's try and do this again. Again, a real good run through that left-hander. We're going to look to the outside again. Are we going to try and get this done for the second time of asking? Side by side again between the teammates. Into this right-hander now. We go deep this time. We go get the move done, do we? Yes. That last bit didn't come out the way I wanted. Once again, sorry about that. I'm running out of breath. This is a real exciting but exhausting battle. But coming on to the final lap now, we've been able to hold Checo off. Lewis Hamilton wins the Hungarian Grand Prix, so he will be very, very happy with that, no doubt. Comes around the final corner to win round 12 here at the Hungaroring, so congrats to him. Coming around the final couple of corners now. Our engine, our gearbox is definitely on its last legs, but come around the final corner, and from P13 on the grid, we've only gone and come up to P7 and beaten Perez. I think that's a good drive.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
So there we go, guys. That has been today's video. The Hungarian Grand Prix. Really, really good race. Fighting our way through the field up to P7. Overhauling Perez right at the death to steal P7 from the Mexican. And man, some of those side-by-side moments were really, really cool. It could have really easily ended disastrously for both of us. But we left each other just enough space to keep it clean without making contact. And we come home in P7, Perez in P8, so solid all of points for the constructors as well. So I think this has been a pretty successful race for ourselves in the drivers and for the constructors. So let's go and talk to Claire.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today?
No, I don't think so. It's hard to pass around here, but we made moves at the right time and it paid off.
Devon did much better in today's race than he did in qualifying. Were you expecting that?
He did he? Well, I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, alright then.
You had a close battle today, didn't you?
Very, very close battle at the end. It could have easily ended in tragedy for both of us, but it worked out fine.
Appreciate your time.
Alright, thank you very much, Claire. So there we go, guys. That has been career mode here today for the Hungarian Grand Prix. As I said, really, really enjoyed that. Leading the rivalry against Butler and Perez as well, so that's pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll get the 600 bonus point reward for the team goal. I think that was to qualify in the top 6 or something, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, but yeah, fail. So we don't get an extra 600 points. That would really help us out. But this time around we didn't get it done, but still, really good weekend.
Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up.
Alright, thank you very much, Emma. Time for another contract negotiation. So let's go and see if we can maybe grab ourselves a couple of extra perks. The expected race position is first. I think that is way too optimistic. Unless something really dramatic happens, there is no way we are winning a race. So let's see what they think of this.
They didn't like those terms. Let's try again.
Alright, so they didn't like our first offer. Let's see what they think of the second one.
They aren't coming round to that proposal. Let's try something else.
Alright, our third and final try. Let's swap a few things around. What are we going to get rid of? Let's try this. What do we think? Are they going to accept?
I'm afraid negotiations have broken down, and there's nothing more I can do. Luckily, we had the team's original offer to fall back on, so we've agreed to those terms. We'll have another chance to negotiate down the road.
Alright, so we're stuck with the old contract. Nothing too shabby about it. It looks pretty good anyway. Would have been nice to maybe snag a few extra perks, but you know what, we were just a little bit too greedy that time, but you know what, it's fine. All's okay. So, anyway, looking at the R&D side of things, just thinking about what to do next. Where do we go for? Durability upgrade, and that is indeed what we go for, because I really do think we need it. So we're going to put all new engine components in for the next race, and we will be starting at the back, but hopefully with a fresh engine we can power our way back through the field to another points finish. But that's all from me today, guys. If you enjoyed, remember to smash that like button, subscribe to stay tuned for plenty more, and yeah, until my next video, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.